What's going on, Leo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Leo, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. So this week, Leo, we're doing up. I got to figure out, Leo, I'm just realizing I don't know how we're going to introduce these weekly spreads, so we're doing a weekly spread. Thank you for that, for bringing that to my attention, Leo. I can always count on you. And just so we're all aware, I will say, Leo, this weekly reading, whenever you come across this could resonate with you, okay? I at least got that much figured out. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the shenanigans with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, I'm sure they have a plan. Just great energy all around here, Leo. So, Leo, with this spread, we're just going with the flow. Just going to be pulling a few oracle cards, and then we'll get some tarot cards to clarify along the way. But just so you all know, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Oh, hold up. There we go. Bam. And then, lastly, the decks that I'm working with. I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested there, Leo. Ooh, look at you, Leo. We're thinking about destiny here, karma. We got the 8th card of Geminis here, which is the Wheel of Karma. And with the Wheel of Karma, this is a card of karma, dharma, destined, inevitable, cause and effect, divine intervention, cycles, luck, fortune, rise and fall, circumstances, consequences, divine will, and blind justice. And Leo, this is interesting. I see you're getting ready to have a spiritual week. But with the Wheel of Karma, the first thing that really kind of was standing out me is about the cause and effect in the cycles. Because, when we think about, especially with how cycle heavy, like the March was, and then, we just had like Mercury moving into Taurus. There's going to be a few planetary shifts coming up here. But when we think about cycles, it's just like every time there's a new cycle that's starting off, it's just like, what do you plan on doing? I feel like this energy is like kind of asking us if we've just sort of been just kind of like, I almost feel just sort of like if we've been feeling kind of like things have been kind of aimless, or we just sort of been just kind of going with the flow, or not even going with the flow, but almost just like kind of like on autopilot, and things have just been sort of just like, kind of coasting. I feel like that this card is kind of asking you to kind of change things up a little bit, to kind of, because I'm just thinking, like, if for example, if you've ever just been feeling like where things have just been kind of in a rut, and it's just been kind of like, you got your day pretty much figured out, the week figured out, maybe even the month figured out. And where that's fine to have that structure, sometimes I just feel like that life kind of loses that pizzazz, that color, and when I think about your sign, I mean, that's all you're about, is just like bringing that excitement for life, that brilliance. You're represented by the sun, Leo, and I just feel like that if things have just been sort of like, if we've just been wanting like a little bit more from life, where if we've been feeling maybe down on our luck, or wanting more fortune, or wondering when the cycles are going to start tipping in our favor, really, the nice thing about this card, and it's letting us know, like, it's where there will be like, how do I want to put this, Leo? I feel like when we set our intentions to to whatever it is that you want to do, Leo. Let's say if we want to start a new business, or maybe start like incorporating like a new hobby or anything along those lines. When we start getting that wheel turning, then the destiny starts, like the flow starts going in, But let's get a little bit. Let's get some tarot on this, because it feels like maybe some of us, just as I'm trying to like process this stuff, maybe that's where you're at right now, Leo. It's like we might be in this place where it's just like we're looking for that, like that pop, that change, that something, but maybe we're just like, maybe we're not sure what that is. Maybe kind of feels like maybe we've been just sort of like going round and round with this, but. Let's get a little bit more on this, Leo, and see what's going down for you. Interesting. Okay, so we're starting off here. We got the Eight of Swords. And with the Eight of Swords, Leo, maybe some of us have been like, I mean, really, as I feel like I was like trying to figure out, I feel like I might have been going on a spiral there too, Leo, and maybe that's where some of us have been at, where we've just been kind of really caught up in our head. It's just like, how do we change, like, if we've been feeling like, again, like down on our luck, or haven't been feeling as fortunate, maybe we've been feeling on the fall end as opposed to like the rise. It's just like, how do we get that? How do we make this stuff happen? How do we get ahead? Maybe how do we break this cycle of maybe like if it's been just kind of like no inspiration, or it's like, I don't want to say like bad stuff, but just like you haven't been feeling like you've been, where it's like you're getting back what you're putting in, Leo. I feel that this may be a time for you to, if we've just been really kind of caught up in our heads as of late, Leo, maybe this is something where we might want to consider, possibly for some of us, maybe getting out in nature, possibly, or maybe doing things to just kind of soothe the mind for a second. And I feel like with your sign, I always talk about how I feel like Leo's, we really would do. I feel like a lot of the answers that would come from you, or come for you, Leo, is when you express your creativity, and just like, maybe whether that be in art, whether that be like graphic design and woodwork, sculpting, whatever that looks like. I feel like if we can get in a place where we're just like a little more of a creative space, then you'll be able to create, different effects, or like really change the wheel of this karma here. But I'm also kind of getting with this, Leo, just maybe just kind of thinking about the karma aspect of it. If we've been maybe kind of stuck in our heads with maybe something that's happened in the past, possibly maybe we got in an argument with someone, or if we're in a situation where maybe we felt like we weren't at vibrating at our highest, Leo, I feel like that it's not whatever that may have went down. I feel like it's not making sure that you're not staying like stuck in your head per se. It's reflecting on that situation. Think about what ways that, okay, yeah, I was operating at a lower vibration. What was going down then? Analyze that so that we don't repeat that in the future, so that we grow from this. Because, those type of situations, that's what that's meant for. It's not meant for you to just like carry it along and beat yourself up along on this journey. Eventually, there's got to be some healing that's done from this. But let's get a little bit more on this, Leo. This is a lot going on here. And maybe this is something where we've been just thinking with like the divine intervention, divine will. Maybe we've been getting signs for some directions and things. Maybe like our intuition has been, okay, ooh, keeping that. So maybe our intuition has been trying to guide us some direction, or wow. So yeah, I feel like maybe our intuition was trying to guide us some direction, but if we've been like ignoring the signs, Leo, because here, let's talk about what just happened here. Because you got this ace party here. You got the Ace of Wands upright here, and then you got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And it feels like, maybe for some of us that maybe I don't feel like that it's like you've passed up opportunities, but maybe that we may be missing not seeing the opportunities that are there for example, let's say you've been on this track. You've been like, I don't know, Leo, maybe you went to school for law, for example. You've been on the law track and it's been fantastic, but it just something doesn't feel right, or you've been thinking about maybe doing some kind of shift here. Let's say you've been wanting to become like an actor, and maybe along the way you've been like, there have been random signs for just like free acting classes, and they just happen to fall on your days off, or that's like things along those lines. And I know that's kind of like really subtle, Leo, but if this is something you've been thinking about and you've been noticing little signals, things like, let's say maybe on like and this won't be something like I feel like on a computer, but I mean it very well could be. But if we're just seeing like, from random ads to like maybe excerpts to maybe just like it maybe like different commercials or things like that, I just feel like pay attention to these signs, because I feel like that there's maybe divine will, there's like higher self, God, Buddha, Jesus, however we connect to the sources, trying to push you in a different direction, or get you exploring something different. And maybe for some of us it's like we're excited about the idea of it, but it's just maybe the fact that we'd have to maybe carve out a little more time to do this thing, to learn new skills, or to maybe if this is like a career shift or anything along those lines, because maybe like if it's career shift, maybe it's like a hobby or something, just thinking about the energy to put in the time. But it really feels like, Leo, that, I mean, really, that higher self is really trying to present you with something here. At least you got the energy to do, really whatever it is that you want to start here. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles. But we got to put in the work. We gotta give this a try. We have to explore and see where that may take you, Leo, because who knows what opportunities, luck, fortune, because really luck and fortune really isn't just like random stuff, Leo. It's paying attention to the energies and following the signs, and it can be perceived as luck, but it really is just more so an attunement to your higher self, and really listening to that inner gut, those instincts. So just start paying attention to some of that stuff. Maybe this is just even thinking on a broader scale, with how creative Leo can be. If you find yourself, if you're like an active dreamer, maybe this is something where keep like a dream journal by you. Maybe there's getting some signals there. Who knows, Leo? But something big is getting ready to go down for you here. So try not to get in your head too much about it, as far as like maybe overthinking the signs. Maybe this is something where it's just like we see an opportunity, it's just like, oh, this is too easy. There's no way that this could be. Well, I mean, you won't know till you try, Leo. Give it, just see what happens. But more. All right, Leo. Let's get some more oracle stuff in the mix here. But interesting start. Look at you all getting in your sage mode. I'm with it. And it's a great time for that, Leo, with, Neptune still being in Pisces, Saturn being in Pisces. We'll talk about that more next week. I'll be doing the planetary spread then. But yeah, work with these energies, Leo. It's the wheels are going to start turning for you. Oh, well, Leo, that's quite a turn here. Okay, Leo, interesting. So you got the 6th card of Scorpios here, which is the bedroom card. Look at you. And with the bedroom card, this is a card of sexual fulfillment, intimacy, sensual pleasure, love affair, sleep, contentment, leisure, nap, sleep on it, alone time, oasis, retiring, dream time, astral travel, and call it a day. And listen, Leo, if we've been feeling, we've been feeling a little sexy, sun's been feeling kind of bright or whatever, I do, be mindful. Let's just say, let's just be mindful where the energies are going. But I really am kind of more kind of leaning towards, considering your start here, just kind of more leaning towards like this like alone time, oasis, retiring. You know, we were just talking about dream stuff, dream time, astro travel. This kind of feels like to me, Leo, that if we can take some times, especially if we've been just thinking about like maybe like our destiny, you know, what's our purpose, what's that next step look like? How do I embody like this higher vibration of myself? Whatever this, you know, you may be asking yourself, Leo, that if you can find some time, maybe some, if you can, maybe go on like a retreat or something along those lines. You know, I'm even thinking something that you got to pay for, like just like a personal retreat. Maybe go camping for a weekend. Maybe go hiking. Maybe, oh, I don't know, go by the water possibly. Or because you know what, even if you can't, like, even if you're not, you know, at a place where you can like just travel like that, you know, Leo, maybe this could be something where just like creating a space in your safe space, you know, just like having a little place for you to just kind of do some daydreaming, maybe do some journaling, doing some meditation, or just something where you can just like retire and just and really contemplate, you know, what's next for you, you know, where's the sun traveling to yet next, what do you want to do for your next, you know, this solar cycle, or what, you know what I'm trying to say, Leo. But yeah, let's get some more on this. Because, you know, Leo, just kind of looking at this bedroom card too. Oh, nice. You're about to be so wise. But just thinking about this bedroom card too, I was looking at that contentment. And well, I don't think there's anything wrong with being content with where you're at, but I almost feel like that if we've been feeling kind of content, I really just feel like just if you want more, then it's really maybe time just this Hanged Man being in reverse here. I feel that it's something that you can find this enlightenment if you were to take this time to just kind of sit with yourself for a second and think about the different perspectives. And this is something too, Leo, this is Neptune energy. And, you know, I feel like allow yourself to dream of, you know, think about like, you know, what is it that you've always wanted to do, and then how we can manifest that. And you know, if this is, well, I mean, really with this card, I mean, this does feel like, because I was going to say if this isn't like a career change, and it doesn't have to be, but this could be just if we're just wanting just to dream bigger. I feel like, Leo, this is a great time to do that, and then bring these ideas that you have from your bed, or from your head to the bedroom maybe, and let's start crafting up some ideas, Leo. You know, this could be this intimacy. This is getting to know yourself intimately, to get to know what dreams you really have, to know what would make you shine the brightest, what would really just get you just through the roof and get you just looking forward to just getting out of the bedroom, Leo, get you hopping out and wanting to seize the day and wanting to go not only fulfill your dream, but then shine that light and let everyone else kind of bask in that and inspire others too, Leo. You know, let's get some more on that. And you know, Leo, now I'm kind of looking, it's like right as I shuffle, I'll start looking at more of this card with this leisure part of this card. You know, if this is not some sort of, you know, maybe big spiritual change or, you know, life question that you're thinking about, I will say, I feel like, you know, making a little time for some leisure maybe, because that could lead you to this spiritual thing. You know, you may not be resonating with you right now, but you know, when you get in your creative space and really start, that's where I feel like how the intuition gets strengthened, or at least one way of doing it, Leo. And when you really start working with that energy and get that energy flowing and start letting that just like those abstract thoughts just really kind of flow out there. Who knows what Ace of Pentacles you can pop up with, you know. what dreams, this Hanged Man, can be realized, you know? But interesting, Leo, you got the Two of Swords in reverse here. And so if we are thinking about this thing, you know, this is something where we're going to need to make a choice. And if we're not sure, like I was saying, just trust your intuition, Leo, you know, because and you know, that's another good way of if you want another way of strengthening it, actually listening to it. When you have that gut feeling, go with that, you know, listen to the body gives you the signals that you need to kind of operate through this stuff. But you know, if we keep tuning out and if we keep doubting it, then it's not like it goes away, Leo, but it's like a muscle, you know. We have to keep, it's something that it needs to keep work, or that we work on. But you know, sometimes we gotta, if it's speaking to you, you know, if it feels right, Leo, sometimes we got to take that leap, and then take that step, and then leave it to divine intervention, divine will. Trust that higher self is going to line up all these other pieces for you. Okay. All right. See what else we got. Leo, let's see what's cooking up here. Look at you, because you can. Ooh, regal. Wow. All right, Leo. So, wrapping up this a little bit more. So you got the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups in reverse here, and then we got the Lovers. And so, I mean, Leo, this really does feel like a lot of big questions are I feel like are getting ready to this. Let's talk about the Lovers before I get into this. To you talk about your royal level up that's getting ready to happen here. I thought I had something more clever than that, Leo. Moving on with the Lovers. This to me is just like your higher self kind of winking at you and kind of trying to get your attention here to strengthen, to listen to that bond, because if we have these bigger questions, you know, what does abundance look like on me? You know, what does like intuition look like? You know, how can I not only get in my security, but then maybe get to where I can help others as well? You know, really come into that leadership kind of role there. And you know, really, it's a lot going on here, Leo. If you've just been really thinking about this stuff here, higher self, just really checking in with your and you know, it's listen, Leo, you know, you don't, it's intuition looks different on everyone. You know, I'm not saying that you have to, you don't have to know tarot or astrology or anything about that to be intuitive. It's just like, what is that thing that just, what gets you in like that relaxed state of mind? You know, what gets you, is that art? Is that walking? What is that? And then just kind of really just being with your thoughts and listening to that, because that's where I feel like all this balance, all this kingly energy that you're bringing, that's how we can get that stability and how we can feel, or where that direction to how to really get to this. If we're not feeling like this, Leo, that's how that energy comes. It's listening to that force, or, you know, listening to that source, and yeah, following that guidance. So, all right, let's get another oracle on the mix here. And you know what, Leo? Just even thinking about that. This is going to be a thing. I guess my my form of meditation is shuffling. That's where I get inspired at. But with this with both these kings, you know, when we're thinking about this direction here, if we're not sure, you know, maybe if we have like like an idea, but we're just not sure how to mold that. Maybe this is something, hit up some people, you know, maybe reach out to a mentor, maybe hit up a King of Cups or hit up a King of Pentacles, however this is looking. But see if maybe someone else can help that. Be open to the idea of like a mentor, and that someone can get you closer to this guidance, Leo. Leo, let's see what else we got. Love it. All right, Leo. Now look at that. We got the first card of Capricorn. We've learned all these skills here. Now we're about to put this stuff to work. Because with the first card of Capricorn, this is the Tools card. And with the Tools card, this is a card of practical abilities, resources, has what it takes, application, build it, fix it, organization, help someone, task at hand, well prepared, equipment, get stuff done, and masculinity. And you know, Leo, with this energy that you're bringing here, this seems like a great time if you, even if we're not thinking about, again, like maybe doing, like thinking about that, like maybe those big questions, you know, like what's this next cycle looking like, anything along those lines. This is a great time as well, you know, just I feel like especially while, you know, Jupiter is still in Aries, at least until the 15th of May. And even after that, Leo, learning new tools, you know, and even if this is not learning something new, if it's learning, maybe if not learning something new, then we're finding like an existing skill. If you find that you're like, let's say if you've been like, you know, you're like a good artist, but you know, you want to take that to the next level, be willing to learn this stuff to enhance some things. But I also, you know, regardless of where we're at on this stuff, you know, thinking about how can we put our abilities, our skills, and all of those tools to work, you know, and utilize this stuff the most efficiently, you know, and get really the most bang for our buck here, Leo. Get this, look at that. How do we get all this energy in? How do we get our Ace of Pentacles, you know, with the Ace of Wands, these opportunities that are being presented. So yeah, let's get some, let's see what tools we're working with. Because that could really be what will help you get along, you know, just like when you're learning these new things and then you're able to put them into practice. All right, let's see. But let's see what we got, Leo. All right, I love it. One of your cards, we got the Six of Wands upright, and then we got the Queen of Swords in reverse. And so, Leo, really, it feels like if we've been feeling kind of stuck, maybe, or anything along those lines, it's just I feel like that there's just we're missing maybe some tools, some information, something along those lines. You know, maybe and instead of help someone, maybe we need help from someone. You know, Leo. But I do feel that where this could feel like, you know, like a bit of a journey at first, you know, when we're, you know, especially if this is like maybe if we're making like a career shift or anything along those lines. But with the Six of Wands, it's totally worth it in the end, you know, especially when it's something that really is speaking to you, you know, you and higher self are on the same page, you know, we're just like we're head and heart, everything's in alignment here. It really is a joyous feeling. You know, this card is, this is Jupiter in Leo. This is, you know, this is you getting your fortune, Leo, but it's going to be something that we're going to need to put in the work first, you know, but it's going to be one of those things, it'll be totally worth it in the end. And you'll just, and you know what? Along the way, Leo, take times to celebrate, you know, the ways that you have grown, because there's going to be, you know, there may be times at first where you feel like that, like, am I even getting ahead? It might be, you know, is there any sort of like, and I feel like that's always like that at first, Leo, but just take those moments, you know, just when you've noticed like the growth in things. Give yourself a round of applause, because that's an achievement. The fact that you've even just worked on this stuff, you've raised your vibration however many levels from when you started this thing, and that's the Jupiter loves that. Let's see what else we got, Leo. All right, Leo, looks like we're wrapping up here. Oh, and I'm with it. What a card to wrap up with. Switch back over here, Leo, because you got the Moon in reverse here. And I like that, because when it comes to, because I feel like with the Moon, when we take that leap into the unknown, when we follow that our intuition, because it could feel like, when we think about the moon, it's considered like one of the scariest cards in the deck, if not the scariest. But I feel like it's just because we're journeying into the darkness, so to speak, with the moon card. But the nice thing about the moon is all the moon is just a reflection of your light, Leo, of the sun. That's where the moon is trying to lead you, to the sun. And the thing is, what's the card that's right after this is the sun. And the fact that if you take this leap, especially if this is something that you've been really entertaining for a while, follow that, Leo, see where that leads. But I feel like this could lead, especially if this is something that really just it's speaking to you. It'll lead you to that sunshine, Leo. So don't be afraid to journey into the unknown, to listen to forces maybe bigger than ourselves, because really it's your higher self, Leo. It's you, and the higher self has always got your back. So all right, Leo, I think I'm gonna leave that there. That was interesting. I dig that. That was something's getting ready to cook up here, Leo. And don't feel like that you gotta force this, Leo. This is just something that I feel like the energies are there if you're thinking about it. But just, I just invite all of you, even just thinking with that leisure part, even if it's just like doing something for like a hobby, it doesn't have to be for anybody else, but just for you, but just doing that and just getting that, just forming that connection with that, however we connect to the source, and just see where that leads you, Leo. But if something resonated with you, give it a thumbs up and share this, Leo. If you know someone who's just maybe they've been kind of at a fork in the road, not sure what's going down here. Maybe we're feeling a little apprehensive, not sure if we should make that leap. Share it, Leo, because absolutely. Leo, again, you're the sun. We don't limit this. The sun doesn't hide. The sun shines. The sun just, you know what the sun does. I don't got to tell you that. And then subscribe, son, if you haven't already, and then hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each week. And then as far as social media goes, I'm on this app right now, and I'm working on the other ones too. I actually got something that I'm working with someone to kind of get something fixed up there. So stay tuned for that, Leo. But I'm on this app, Insight Timer. It's a meditation app, free app, but I created this group on there called Zodiac's Raising the Vibration. And it's just a little spot. I drop positive affirmations. So if you just need a little pick-me-up, maybe while you're on this little spirit quest that you're going on, or, when you come back, this wise King of Pentacles, Kings of Cups, sage that you're getting ready to become, drop some mad wisdom up in the group too. We're here to just raise that vibration, Leo. And then as the group grows, I'd love to just schedule a meditation thing, with maybe the cycles, the eclipses, all types of good stuff here, Leo. But again, that's on the app Insight Timers, free app, and the group is Zodiac's Raising the Vibration. And then last little bit, because my computer's about to just let me know it's running out of battery. So if you have any Cancer in your placements, sun, moon, rising, wherever, Leo, come check out my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We absolutely discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get you a surprise card here so I can get you out of here. King of Swords, Regal. You know what, Leo? I just had a thought with that. Okay, hold on. And then you know what? While I'm getting your oracle cards, just with all these kings, because you got 3 of the 4 kings here, and with all these kings being in reverse, if we're thinking about something and we don't feel like we're feeling confident in this or something along those lines, Leo, that confidence will come. If we don't pursue it, then we'll never know, But this is something that I feel like give this a try, Leo. Give the learning a chance, because you got strong Gemini energy here with the Lovers and the King of Swords, and Gemini energy is about learning, articulating thoughts. You think with the Gemini moon I could articulate that, but it's they're about the communication and whatnots, and I feel like that to bring that to say, be willing to do the research, but also tell yourself, these things like you're the freaking king of the zodiac, king of the jungle. You're the sun. The sun is like the most important luminary of the chart there. So if we haven't been feeling confident or anything along those lines, Leo, the only people who can set limitations on you is you. So don't put yourself, because you got the bottle. Which bottle is a witch bottle? Which bottle here? Don't keep these skills bottled up. Don't feel like that you can't shine bright. And listen, Leo, this doesn't necessarily have to mean that you have to be in like the, rise up, because, Leo energy can be a leader, but it's just like, it doesn't necessarily have to be in like the limelight, Leo. This can be a leader, maybe from behind the scenes. Maybe you're playing the chess and moving all the pieces, getting people motivated and stuff like that from behind the scenes. But just know that you can bring change, and you can you can evolve into something just like really, I'm not sure what you're trying to do here, Leo, but go big, because I feel like, even with just all these people here, maybe these are people might be just kind of rooting you on here, but maybe we're not, with them being in reverse here, Leo, maybe we're discounting them. Maybe we don't think that we're, and take it as it resonates, but Leo, you can do great things, and it doesn't matter how big or how small, but just give them a try, Leo, because when you do stuff, and you never know who it inspires to do other things, and then it's just a beautiful ripple effect. So I'm gonna leave that there, Leo. Hopefully that we're gonna wrap that up there. So you stay safe out there, King. And really, take this time, do some reflection, raise your vibration through the roof, Leo, because I don't know what you're cooking up here, but it's regal. It's gonna be, maybe you're trying to get an empire here, whatever, Leo, but let's see what you got. Let's see what the sun is bringing. I dare you. And I will catch you on the next one later.